go.
Now, do you want to go back around and pick up those spits that we missed?
I think we're okay there. We're just straight the barrier irons below. Basically same material, sands, and no coarse fraction, no tundra remnants, just a couple of recurves. For mapping, they're just continuous stuff. There is a surface lag of granules on this beach, quite low, metre or so elevation. This is good footage all of a sudden. What happened?
It cleared up a little bit.
Up a little bit, a bit clearer, not quite so misty. Recurve split, ducks in the back. There is dominant sand with a secondary component of surface granules and pebbles. Definitely secondary, not a primary. And same secondary lag, surface lag deposit of sands of granules of pebbles, a lot of pitted features in here resulting from the melting of
it's raining also,
melting of fast ice or ice foot features. I might have to wipe that off, Doug. Let me just come in now. I was sticking it out too far. Yeah, I was up there. Sorry. Right. And a nice line of debris now, some fast ice on the shore. And pack ice is pretty close in there today. That looks like it's land fast ice from the winter. It's not just landed now. It's stuff that's remnant of the ice foot.
There, just coming up over Outfree Point where the spit joins the mainland momentarily.
Always nice to know. Yeah, that's land fast ice that's just melting now. And tundra remnants we're attached to the shoreline now, I guess. Are we at that point, or is it tundra?
Yeah, no, this is mainland under us.
Okay. And fast ice hasn't melted yet.
Pocock Bay to the left.
The inlet there, overlapping inlet. Ice, water on the lens though. So we're going to cut off just up here anyway, is that right, Doug? As we're coming to this mainland shoreline.
That would be correct.
So I'm going to shut off now. Continuing on the barrier island, it's an overwash section here. There's a lot of pitted sections on the seaward side, the result of in situ melting of the land fast ice and ice foot features that haven't been reworked by wave action this summer. A little bit of new grass vegetation in a few spots here, green dots. Ice is pretty close inshore today, so no wave action on this beach. A couple of lines of debris, one on each side of the barrier. Actually, could you just swing right just to get a panorama along, and then thank you. A little bit more. There we go. Perfecto. Now back. Thank you very much. A little tundra remnant almost attached there in the center left frame. is dominantly sand with a secondary granule pebble fraction, scattered cobbles, but dominantly sand. Welded ridge on the far side, residue from last winter, or last summer, I'm sorry, obviously because the ice melt features haven't been reworked by wave action this summer. Clearly see some of the ice pit features there. Probably got ice cores in them as well at the moment. Some of them about 1 meter deep. Old vehicle tracks through here as well.
There's another attachment to the mainland just coming up on the left here.
Okay, not quite attached. There's a small inlet at, below, underneath. Dark patches are peat. Granular peat. Same.
That was a camp that we saw before.
Looks like they spend the summer out there.
Yep.
Yeah, probably come from Barter Island. Always go back into town when you need to. Not too far away.
Not with the boats these guys drive these days.
Oh, super. Sands with a secondary surface lag or veneer of pebbles and cobble material, dominantly sand. Boy, you know, I got pictures of these reverse flying things once, some fabulous pictures years ago. Spits that are just as well developed on the lagoon side as they are on the seaward side of some of these barriers. Inlet system coming up ahead. Sand dominant, secondary granule fraction, some pebbles, and very few cobbles.
According to the chart, there's a barrier island here.
Well, it's they lost it somewhere. Be interesting to see the tapes from '82 to see what there was there then.
I bet they've changed a bit.
Yep. Section overwashed, obvious overwash down below, and then a line of debris coming in where there's the ends of that obvious overwash section. Old cabin remnants going through bottom right. Another cabin remnant.
And it says on the chart it's a house.
Former house, yeah. Probably look like a house on the vertical photos ever done from air photo in Turp.
Oh yeah.
Okay, flying spits on both sides. Another camp. Not occupied at the moment, but looks like got a couple of four-wheelers down there. Small island off to the left, same as the main, or it's part of this feature.
Yeah, it's
just attached recurve, was it?
bit of a jog there, yep.
Still sands with a secondary lag or veneer deposit of pebbles and cobbles and granules. Dominant sand barrier system. Sands with a lag deposit of granules and pebbles. Dominant sand though throughout. Very shallow below. And a little line of peat on the lagoon side, showing as a thin black line. Section of overwash and low relief. Some ice push features there, grounded ice pushed up small ridges. Dominantly sand, gravel lags of pebble and cobble in a few pages, dominantly sand through here. And then fine sands on this inner part of mud flats, tidal flats, wind tidal flats more than anything else.
You kind of go around this to the left there a little bit, Bob.
flats of fine sands. Sand shoals, no coarse fraction here at all, just sand, medium fine grained sands.
Barter Island traffic, helicopter 403 is 5 east along the barrier islands, inbound landing Barter Island.
Sands with a dominant sands with a secondary pebble cobble fraction as a lag or a veneer on the surface. Little inlet below. There's the display to the next barrier. Sands with a surface veneer, lag of pebbles and cobbles. Sand is dominant fraction through here. A lot of ice pit features here, some quite big, more than a meter deep. Remnants from melting of the ice foot and land fast ice this past spring, which haven't been reworked yet by wave action.
Barter Island traffic, helicopter 403 is 2 miles east along the barrier island for landing Barter Island. There's those secret little waves penetrating my body again.
Yeah. Pitted beach below, ice melt features from the ice foot and land fast ice. Sand granules and pebbles, dominant sand fraction.
Can you climb up a little bit, Bob, and kind of get an overview of this whole...
Right, you want to just swing left and get a view of it?
Yep, that'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Some tundra remnants in there as well, just going out of frame right. Very large series of cuspate features. Tundra remnants. Oh, they're very good stuff, yes. With tundra remnants in there.
Alright, you can go fuel up.
Okay, Barter Island, here we come. And granules. Secondary pebble cobble fraction. A lot of pitted ice features at the waterline, which are resulting from melting of the line fast ice and ice foot. Probably still ice cord. Some of those are about 1.5 meters deep. Just haven't been reworked this summer by wave action yet. coming up to the first, just leaving the tundra connected part of the barrier to attach point. A lot of vehicle tracks here from the village.
Has a couple little fighting spit remnants off to the left here, bad gravel.
Yeah. And that's where we're going to be heading, is top right frame eventually. Again, not really going to be using a commentary on this, much of it. Uniform, only got no changes. Or features of geomorphological interest. Dominantly sand, secondary lag and veneer of granules and pebbles, a few dark patches of peat. Zoom out, there we go. Overwash section right at the end there. Tend to have no debris on the overwash sections, so it just obviously gets washed off all the time. A lot of pitted features on this seaward side from the melting of the ice foot. Not a very high barrier, less than a meter above the present water level. Well, some attached tundra shoreline here. Not attached tundra, it's tundra shoreline where these camps are. Remnant tundra and black patches are granular peat. There's another little barrier over, see it through the other window there. Sliver of a barrier below, or coming up below, there it is, of fine sands with the surface veneer of granules and black lines of peat. No, it's not. Overwash section again, no debris. Black lines of granular peat material. Getting a bit of glare now, Dougie. Haven't had that problem all day.
Yeah, the sun's starting to kind of peek its way through here. Picture still looks good.
Yeah, yeah. Black peat, granular peat deposits of various places in frame. Some tundra remnants there going out of frame. Veneer of sediments resting on an old tundra platform, remnants of what was once the mainland. sand through here, obviously clearly overwashed pretty much all the time. Don't see any coarse fraction of pebbles or cobbles.
This is now the series of thin little barriers off the front of this massive delta.
Okay. Dark patches are, the dull dark are wet sands, and the very clearly black line patches are granular peat material. So the lighter tan color is a medium fine grained sand, and the dark color is a just a wet part of the same sand. Pretty shallow, obviously, here. And you got a log sitting out there. You can see the shoal. I can see the shoals clearly below. In this muddy, sediment-laden water. It's all sand. Overwashed sand. Flying altitude, Doug, approximately?
330 feet.
That's near enough. Sand sediments. No coarse fraction. There's a wispy line of barriers. I like that wispy line of barriers.
Here it is in the line of wispy barriers.
And you've got sand and mud flats just off to your left in the front of the delta.
Again, sand, no coarse fraction here, overwashed. Nice close offshore on month wave action. Pretty low wind, less than 10 knots today. All sand, no granular or pebble cobble coarse fraction. So turning southwest, barrier line jumps over. Well, actually heading pretty much due south to pick up the next part of the system, which is here. Low overwashed. Good stuff, thanks Bob. All sand, no coarse fraction. Is it me or did it get colder again?
Oh, that little brief glimpse of sunshine has gone away again.
I got warmed up for a minute.
Yeah, the cold mist has come back.
Yeah. Very shallow right frame there, mid-channel. sand, no granule or pebble cobble fraction visible. Difference in coloration from either heavy minerals or just wet patches of the medium fine grained sand. Low overwashed, probably much less than a meter elevations on those barriers. It's all sand, no coarse fraction below. Some lines of black being granular peat deposits. And flying spit on the inside there, Dougie, of sand granules and pebbles.
Yeah, can you make a turn around, yeah, one way or another? Because we didn't actually get this spit underneath of us here.
Yeah, this beach is of sand granules and pebbles. The black there being peat.
Give you a nice overview of that delta there, because it wasn't as clear when it came by the last
Yeah, it was a
time.
bit misty when it came through here. Thick mist, aka rain. Should just be coming into view. Gotcha. Yeah, it's black as peat. It's a recurved spits of sand granule pebble material, and sediment starved and getting towards this point of attachment here. There's the other barrier we were looking at as we came from, and now we're attached to the shoreline. I'm going to cut it off here then, having done that.
That'd be fine.
Function here. It's a sand granule pebble beach. With pebbles, but only scattered cobbles, dominantly in the finer fraction of sand and granules and pebbles. Overwashed, no debris on the top, pretty low, meter or so, maybe, no, max meter. And coming to the recurves at the end here still, this mixture of sand granules and pebbles, a few scattered cobbles. And then just a couple of curvy barriers over the top there. Sort of wispy and curvy at the same time. Same mixture, sand granules and pebbles. A few scattered cobbles, but not too many. Same sediment type. Okay, and cutting it on this wispy barrier island. It's all sand, no coarse fraction of sand, no granules, pebbles or cobbles. There's some debris, wood debris on the surface. Otherwise sand and overwashed basically. point of this particular little island. So shut it off from. And it's approaching the eastern point on this system of islands. Sand with a surface lag of granules and scattered pebbles, definitely dominant sand. The granules and pebbles are definitely secondary, very minor component, just visible on the surface. Sea ice is pretty close inshore today, and this is obviously overwashed all the time. A little bit of debris here and there. No need for commentary really, just documentation. Barrel for scale going out of frame. Sand, don't really see any of those granules and pebbles anymore. Line of black is granular peat. And plenty of ice in the distance. Not that far away, I mean only half a kilometre away. Probably accounts for the freezing temperatures. Still dominant sand, not really seeing any secondary granules, pebbles or anything else, just some lines of black organic peat and logs and other woody debris. Some wood, some black peat, granular peat, that's all. Just otherwise it's sand, small sand islets. Sand. All sand, no coarse fraction. The darker is either heavy minerals or just wetter parts of the sand. And then the black lines are granular peat. Double line of those parallel barriers there. I like a lobster claw. All fine-grained sands, very soft sands looking at the caribou footprints. And the light colored material is just dried peat, just wispy peat. A few granules as well through here now. Granules and small pebbles. Little lag veneer, not significantly important part of the substrate, and the black, very dark black lines going out of frame are granular peat. A little bit higher elevation here, we've got some debris in the central part of the barrier. Some surface lag of granules and pebbles, but dominantly 99% sand. All black lines of peat, granular peat. Flying altitude, Doug?
You're at 350 feet.
Oh, some little ice bush ridges going out of frame there, not quite nice. This spring or last winter. Sands with a surface veneer of granules and
You
pebbles.
can swing a little bit out to your left, Bob. Thank you.
The barrels going, 3 barrels, and a few more barrels going there through scale. Sand, granule, and surface veneer of pebbles and cobbles. Dominant sand substrate. Have we done this other barrier up ahead, Doug?
We have done the islands up ahead. We'll just finish up this little barrier coming off the end.
Okay, no sweat. Well, the dark is just wet patches through there. And now we've got an attached shoreline beach. The mainland tundra. Already filmed this, just doing this for continuity. And a barrier across this large bayment. Sands with a surface veneer of granules and pebbles, and little black patches of granular peat going out of frame. Sands, granules of pebble, cobble, mainly pebble veneer, not many cobbles. Scattered cobbles and granules of pebbles mainly that form in the secondary sediment fraction. Is this Flaxman then?
This is Flaxman Island.
Okay. Are we going to go around to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
One little spit coming up right here.
Oh yeah, thank you. Couldn't see it on that side.
But you want to go all the way around Flaxman, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, if you've got time, it'd be brilliant. Quite a little bit of cobble down through there.
We've got 14 minutes left on the tape, so we'll run out, we'll run out.
Got any more?
Oh yeah.
High tundra cliff with boulders at the base and a continuous beach of sand pebble cobble with surface veneer boulder fraction. The cliffs are a peat ice rich one, there's mud flowing out of it, it's about 10-12 meters high. A lot of boulders coming out of a lot of boulders through here, resting on the sand granule pebble beach. Dominant sand with the coarse fraction forming a secondary component to the boulders quite clearly through there. And clastic veneer on the peat in the low-lying area, continuous beach. 2-3 meter high, 4 meter high cliff, a lot of boulders at the base. Has a scattered veneer on the sand granule beach. Ice-rich cliff here, and continuing sand beach in front of the ice-rich thermally eroding, ice-rich peat and tundra cliff. A lot of boulders resting on the sand pebble cobble beach. Not a boulder beach, it's scattered whole camp here, and boats, inflatables, and low tundra cliff in the back shore, scattered boulders, and granule pebble cobble beach, and inundated lowland tundra. Through this whole section now. Inundated lowland tundra. I can see Buller Point over there quite clearly. And just low tundra now, just a low tundra cliff about 30-40 centimeters. And then a beach starting up with sand granule pebbles. And a high eroding tundra cliff. And a beach there, the black lines being granular peat. About 4 or 5 meter high tundra cliff in the back shore and a sand granule pebble beach. Narrower on this side, actively eroding ice peat-rich tundra cliff fronted by a beach of sand pebble cobble material, and some mud flowing over from the thermally eroding backshore tundra cliff. Continuous beach in front of the actively eroding tundra cliff. Continuous beach in front of the lower now 2-3 meter high tundra cliff. Continuous beach of sand and pebbles. A few boulders there underwater resting on the shallow nearshore platform. Sand granule pebble cobble, and then drowned scattered cobbles. And this spit on the west side, and a lot of cobbles now through here, but it's dominant sand. It's not a pebble cobble beach, it's dominant sand with a lag of granules and pebbles. Now not any cobble, well, just a few scattered cobbles as well. Dominant sand shore zone. Dominant sand with a small fraction of sands, granules, of granules, pebbles, and a few cobbles. Looking back along towards Flaxman, and then picking this up, dominant sand, continue dominant sand with a secondary, very small proportion, a couple of percent of granules, pebbles, and a smidgen, which is a geological term, of cobbles, and quite a bit of natural wood debris. Some small ice push and ice melt features on the ocean side, which haven't been reworked by wave action this summer. Another lobster claw type feature. sides, flying spits on both sides. Dominant sand barrier island system. Is this the eastern end, western end of the Flaxman system, Doug?
Yeah, it is, yep.
Okay. Pretty low-lying, sand-dominant fish trap below. Some sand-dominant throughout here. I'm not seeing very... Just a little granule pebble here and there, but not very much. As we come to the very end of the Flaxman Island system.